Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Neil, and this video I'm going to go through my race recap from the Sydney Half Marathon. So I'm sort of about 10 days post-COVID now. I'm back home. Obviously it's a few days later when I'm filming this. This was an event that wasn't even on my radar earlier on in the year as I was preparing for UTA 100. But when that trail race was postponed in April and we still had accommodation and flights booked to Sydney, Trish and I decided that we would still go to Sydney, and it just so happened that the Sydney Half Marathon was to be on the same weekend that the original date of the UTA 100. So I threw an entry in, and I had also pivoted from that trail 100 kilometre preparation into a marathon preparation aimed at running another sub 3 hour marathon at the Gold Coast Marathon in early July. So I really thought that going to run the Sydney Half Marathon, my aim really was to try and run a sub 90 minute half marathon, but things just haven't played out the way that I would have liked. Trish and I both got COVID about 11 days before the Sydney Half Marathon, and isolation for 7 days, pretty much straight on a plane, flew to Sydney. I had two very short runs in Sydney. One was about a 6 kilometre and then a park run the day before the Sydney Half Marathon. And even 2 days before the Sydney Half Marathon, I was still 50-50 on whether I would run. COVID really did knock myself and Trish around quite a lot. Was still feeling pretty ordinary a couple of days before. Picked up my number, and yeah, after probably the park run on the Saturday, I'll just take my glasses off because you can probably see the light reflecting in them, so I'm sorry there guys. Decided that I would run the Sydney Half Marathon, just take it easy, do some filming. You probably saw on the channel a couple of videos ago where I just did a raw race vlog of the run, and this video is more about my race recap. So in the end, I would have been really happy with a 1:45 or about a 5 minute per kilometre average pace, and to finish in 1:37.50, that really surprised me because I didn't think that I would feel as well as I did out there on the course. Don't get me wrong guys, I still felt pretty ordinary, the congestion, but I gotta say that if you want to go and run a picturesque half marathon course, the Sydney Half Marathon is the one to do guys. You get some great views of the Sydney Opera House, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, you run around Darling Harbour, very spectacular run. A little bit hilly, I was warned about the hills, they didn't disappoint. A few sharp pinches throughout the run. Probably not a course where you can really go out and attack a PB. So let's have a look at a little bit of the footage and a little bit of what I was feeling out there on the course. Morning everyone, race day, Sydney Half Marathon. I'm here with Trish and we're just walking our way to the start. We've got about a kilometre walk. It's about 6:10 on a Sunday morning. Head off at 6:50 for the start. Now race morning, I really thought that the conditions were absolutely perfect for the run, but having read on Strava and a few of the Instagram comments as well from the other runners out there, they found it a little bit humid, but for me, I thought it was great. Obviously coming from Brisbane, a little bit cooler. I was really happy with that because I wasn't feeling 100%, and just having that little bit of freshness in the air just sort of did help me with my breathing.
Once again to all our bow runners coming through the start chute, good luck and enjoy this 2022 Sydney Morning Herald Half Marathon.
From the gun, got into some real clear space from the start, found myself being passed by a lot of runners early, and that was okay because I had sort of in the back of my mind that I was going to run around that 5 minute pace. But guys, you know, when you get into a race situation, you get the adrenaline pumping a little bit. So I did start a little bit quicker, and it wasn't long too before the 1:35 pacer came past me. And then I think into about the second kilometre or so, the 1:40 pacer ran past me. Now early on as well, we're running through the city, so picking up the GPS was pretty ordinary. I think one of my kilometres actually showed up as a 3:55. no way in the world was a 3:55. But I just wanted to make sure that I was feeling comfortable and not overdoing it.
So I missed the 5k split, just went through 6k, 28:20. Feeling okay, not great, just going on perceived effort, just trying to keep it nice and easy. $47.12, 10k, going okay, but the hills are really knocking me around. The GPS just not working here, in amongst all these tall buildings. Just keep it easy, perceived effort. Just started to rain. It's nice. Clock's about 6 minutes ahead of me. That would have been for the elites.
I hit halfway, I think around about 49:55, and I was travelling pretty good at this stage. And I found from halfway that I continued to pick up the pace. Even though there was a few hills that did knock me around in the back half of the race, I was able to maintain a fairly consistent pace on the flats. So much so that I did a 2-minute negative split. So I came home in the second half at about 47:50, somewhere around that. I was really happy with that.
So I missed 15k for the split. I actually feel okay. Congestion is still pretty bad, and the hills are, really knocking the stuffing out of me. But overall, feeling pretty good. Legs are just starting to stiffen up a little bit, but from where I was in COVID to here, wow, big improvement. Another hill. Not a bad backdrop, is it? Harbour Bridge, Opera House. It's pretty cool. It's okay to go. One more turn and up to the finish. Whew. Much better than I thought. Oh, that's cool. One water medal. Thank you. Good? Hilly? Very hilly.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, it took it pretty easy, so it's good. Oh, wow.
I'm really glad that I did end up running the event. Disappointed that I couldn't have given it more of a crack than I actually did, but the way the health was, I think I did pretty bloody well to get through the run in reasonable shape. Also want to shout out to Theo who yelled out a couple of times on the course. I think we ran together for quite a fair way. Theo went past me in the latter kilometres, but we caught up afterwards and had a bit of a chat. So I really do appreciate Theo saying g'day out there on course and having a chat afterwards as well. Alright, so what now guys? Well, as you can still hear, I'm still a little bit congested from this COVID that I had. So I've been home for a few days now. Just going to continue with some easy paced running for a while, just until I start to feel a little bit better. I'm nowhere near 100%, but I just got to keep ticking over and just try to keep the fitness at a reasonable level. Not really sure about the Gold Coast Marathon at this stage, whether I'm going to have a crack for the 3 hours still. It's all going to depend on my health situation, how I'm feeling in the next couple of weeks. It is 6 weeks until race day at the Gold Coast. Look, I don't know. We'll just play it by ear for the next week or so and see what happens. I do have Melbourne in October as a backup for another sub-3 attempt. Not too disappointed if it doesn't happen at the Gold Coast, but the main thing at the moment now is just to get healthy and get back to some good running, I guess. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I've probably waffled on a little bit too much, guys, so I'm going to sign off now. Hope you're all doing well out there. Make sure you hit me up in the comments if you did run the Sydney Half Marathon. Let me know how you got on. Hope everyone is running well, staying safe, being healthy. And until next time, guys, run free, run happy, and I'll see you in a video real soon.